Okay, we're going to just try some slightly more complex integration now. Let's start with the integral of 1 over x cubed. Well, just like differentiation, we need to prepare to differentiate by bringing that up, so that will be x to the minus 3. Now we can integrate x to the minus 2 over minus 2 plus c, which I can tidy up to minus 1 over 2x to the positive 2 plus c. Let's try another like that. So this time we're going to integrate 4 over x to the 5. So prepare to integrate first. That will be 4x to the minus 5. Add 1 to the power, divide by my new power, and that will give me that. They can cancel to give me minus x to the minus 4 plus c. Remember that there's a 1 times there. And I can bring this back down, minus 1 over x to the 4 plus c. Okay, example 3. The integral of dx over x to the 7. Right, now, that's just another way of writing 1 over x to the 7 dx. It's a bit like saying you've got 1/3 times 2, well that can be written as 2/3. So if you see it written like that, just then write it like that, and then take it from there, prepare to integrate, bring the thing up, x to the minus 7, and then integrate x to the minus 6 over minus 6 plus c. I can then bring that down, and that will be minus 1 over 6x to the positive 6 plus c. I'm going to integrate the 4th root of x. Okay, so remember that we can think of a rule of indices here, which is a to the power 1 over n is the nth root of a. So let's get rid of that root symbol first of all. So that's going to be x to the 1/4 that I'm integrating. Add 1 to the power, 1/4 plus 1 is 1/4 plus 4/4, which is 5/4 divided by 5/4 plus c. Let's tidy it up, bring the fraction up, flip it over. 4/5 x to the 5 over 4 plus c, and reintroduce the root symbol. 4/5 of the 4th root of x brought to the power 5 plus c. Okay, example 5, we're going to integrate 3 lots of the 5th root of x squared. So I'm now using the rule a to the power m over n is equal to the nth root of a to the power m to change this to 3 lots of x to the 2/5. It's now in a position for me to integrate. So add 1 into the power, divide by the new power. 2/5 plus 1 is 2/5 plus 5/5, which is 7/5. So it's 3x to the power 7 over 5 divided by 7 over 5 plus c. And then bring the fraction up, flip it over. So that will be 5/7 of 3x to the power 7 over 5 plus c. 5 3s are 15, so it's 15 over 7 lots of the 5th root of x to the power 7 plus c. Okay, example 6, I'm going to integrate minus 4 over the cube root of x to the power 2. Okay, let's prepare to differentiate first of all and get rid of the root symbol, so that will be minus 4 over x to the 2/3 using that previous rule of indices discussed. Okay, so let's now bring the power up, which I need to do to prepare as well, so that's going to be minus 4x to the minus 2/3. And then add 1 into the power, divide by my new power, so minus 4x to the minus 2/3 plus 3/3 is 1/3, divided by 1/3 plus c. Now I'm going to bring the fraction up, flip it over, so that will be 1 over 3 flipped over will be 3 over 1, times minus 4, which is minus 12, x to the 1/3 plus c. Reintroduce the root symbol, minus 12 lots of the cube root of x plus c. Okay, let's try another. And we're going to integrate t bracket t to the power 5 minus t squared. Okay, so we need to first of all expand the bracket, and that will be t to the 6 minus t cubed. Now we can integrate t to the power 7 over 7 minus t to the power 4 over 4 plus c. Okay, let's integrate 4 minus 5x all squared. Okay, so let's first of all prepare to integrate by expanding that open. So 4 minus 5x all squared is 4 minus 5x times 4 minus 5x. That's 16 minus 40x plus 5x squared. So let's throw that back in. So we're going to integrate 16 minus 40x plus 5x squared. Okay, so you integrate a constant, it becomes a constant x. Add 1 onto the power here and divide by my new power. That's minus 40x squared over 2 plus 5x cubed over 3 plus the constant of integration. We can now simplify that. 40 over 2 is 20, so that's minus 20x squared plus 5/3 x cubed plus c. Okay, let's integrate 1/3 of x squared plus c. 1/3 of x squared rather. So that will be 1/3 x cubed over 3 plus c. If you think about a third of a pizza, if you then divide that into 3 bits, you'll get 1/9 of a pizza, so that's 1/9 x cubed plus c. There's a pizza broken into thirds. If I take one of the thirds and split that into 3/3, I will get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 of those bits in a full pizza. So 1/3 divided into 3 bits. Each bit then is 1/9. Okay, let's try the integral of 1/4 x. Okay, so add 1 into the power, divide by my new power. Okay, so this time a quarter divided into 2 bits will give me 1/8, so that's 1/8 x squared plus c. Okay, let's try some with fractions. We're going to integrate x plus 4x cubed over x. Okay, just like we would do in differentiation, we'd first of all prepare by splitting the thing up. X over x plus 4x cubed over x, and simplify it down. Anything divided by itself is 1. And then I'll use my rule of indices, which is a to the power m divided by a to the power n is a to the power m minus n. So that's 3 take away 1 is 2, so that's plus 4x squared. Okay, so I can now integrate. You integrate a constant and it becomes a constant x, so 1 becomes 1x, that's x plus 4x cubed over 3 plus c. Okay, now I'm going to integrate 6 plus v to the 7 over v cubed. So again, split it up, and that will be 6 over v cubed plus v to the 7 over v cubed. I'm going to integrate, continue to prepare to integrate 6v to the minus 3. Okay, my second rule of indices, a to the power m divided by a to the power n equals a to the power m minus n will tell me that that is v to the power 4. Okay, so now I can integrate. So add 1 to the power, divide by my new power, that will be 6v to the minus 2 over minus 2 plus v to the 5 over 5 plus c. 6 divided by minus 2 is minus 3, so that's minus 3v to the minus 2 plus v to the 5 over 5 plus c. I can now bring this back down, and that will be minus 3 over v to the positive 2 plus v to the 5 over 5 plus c. Okay, let's try another, which will be y to the 4 minus 3 over y to the 3 over 2. Okay, again, so split it up. Y to the 4 over y to the 3 over 2 minus 3 over y to the 3 over 2. Okay, so 4 take away 3 halves. So 4 pizzas, think about it as 8 halves. 8 halves take away 3 halves is 5 halves. So that's y to the power 5 over 2. I'm going to bring this up, and that will be minus 3 y to the minus 3 over 2. And that's what I need to integrate. Okay, so add 1 to the power, divide by my new power. 5 halves plus 1 is 5 halves plus 2 halves, that's 7 halves, divided by 7 halves. Minus 3y to the minus 3 over 2 plus 1 is minus 3 over 2 plus 2 over 2, which is minus 1 over 2 divided by minus 1 over 2 plus c. Okay, I can bring that up and flip it over. That will be 2/7 of y to the power 7 over 2. Plus, bring that up and flip it over. So 2 over 1 times 3 is 6. Y to the minus 1/2 plus c. Okay, so 2/7 of the square root of y to the power 7 plus 6 over, I can bring that down, y to the 1/2 plus c. Final line, 2/7 of the square root of y to the power 7 plus 6 over the square root of y plus c. Since anything to the power half is its square root, I can write y to the half as the square root of y. Okay, let's try one that's a wee bit more complex again. So we're going to integrate 5 plus p to the half minus p to the 3/4 over the square root of p. Okay, so remember that the square root is just the thing to the power of a half, so I'm going to split that up, and that will be 5 over p to the half plus p to the half over p to the half minus p to the 3/4 over p to the half. Okay, and let's just tidy this up and prepare a bit more. So 5p to the minus a half by bringing that up. Anything divided by itself will just give me 1. And then let's use my rules of indices to sort this out. So that's going to be 3/4 minus 1/2, which is 3/4 minus 2/4, which is 1/4. P to the 1/4, and I still haven't integrated yet, just still preparing to integrate. Okay, so add 1 bit onto the power, divide by the new power. 5p to the positive 1/2, since minus a half plus 1 is minus half plus 2 halves, which is 1/2, divided by 1/2. A constant becomes a constant, well, a constant p in this occasion, if I'm integrating with respect to p. And p to the 1/4, add 1 to the power, so 1/4 plus 1 is 1/4 plus 4/4, which is 5/4, divided by 5/4 plus c. Okay, bring that up and flip it over. 1/2 becomes 2 over 1. 2 over 1 times 5 is 10. That's 10p to the half plus p. Bring that up, flip it over. Minus 4/5 p to the 5/4 plus c. Okay, so that's 10 lots of the square root of p plus p minus 4/5 of the 4th root of p to the power 5 plus c.